like the building in community center.
Yes,
Do you want to see that?
yes, I do, because that was my ultimate concern, is that I want to make sure that whatever we do benefits the whole community. That is my biggest.
It's like I can share something. I don't know. I can hold it up.
Thank you.
You can call the meeting over, he's gonna probably go late, you are.
Alrighty. Calling Township trustee meeting to order.
Second.
Also choose
So-
the minutes.
So the reason we're here today is to discuss, we've got a couple of small things on our agenda. First thing I will bring up, because it's quick and easy, is the township needs to purchase a storage shed right back here. We're paying for a storage unit out on 3. They raised the price to $170 a month. It's crazy to pay that for a small storage shed, and then with construction coming up on the sunroom, we need to, so it's, I don't know what the storage shed's gonna run, probably $6,000-7,000 for a 12 by 16 storage shed and put out here in the yard. There was one here when we bought the building, but it was in disrepair, and we had to have it hauled off, so. If you guys are in favor, you can make a vote between the two of you. Yea or nay?
2 years on it.
Yeah, if we need it. That's way better than in an outrageous amount for
What
storage.
was the size you thinking?
I'm thinking about 12 by 16, or whatever size we can get that's larger,
What size do you unit that were written?
You don't have to.
170.
or something 10 by 10. And it's, we've been looking at the same building on 3, $140 some dollars a dollar, and it's $170 a month. It's just cheaper if we buy a shed, we can use it, plus we can store some of our lawnmowing equipment here, so when we need low, we don't have to travel all over, you know.
Is it big enough for all of our needs, and like even if we need to grow it or anything like that, will it be big enough?
It will, once we get this construction done, yeah, it'll be fine for all our storage needs.
Can I make a motion?
Second.
It's already seconded. Make a motion for the storage shed, to purchase the storage shed for the property here, as opposed to renting one. Here's what we want.
And I'll just put on this motion, I mean, up to 10,000, I don't know what it's gonna cost, it shouldn't cost that. So 6, 7, we'll try to talk them down, maybe get a discontinued model or
Just let
something.
us know what it is.
Yes, we're gonna have another meeting soon on this stuff. Now, our next call, agenda item is the 1201 Church Street building. We have Kara Huffman, we have Amanda.
Archie Diacono.
Archie Bianchi.
She's with Indiana Landmarks. So they have a proposal for the building, some ideas that they want to do for the 1201 Church Street. Other ideas that we've had, remember we took it up for open bids. So since I've announced this meeting and everybody in the Church Street gym, the only other, we've had $100,000 on.
Okay.
So
From,
that being said, from the investor, I'm not sure if you guys met him, but the first time we had an investment, there was a group, it's a gentleman out there in the house. But, Kula or something, but that's the only offer that we've had.
and I offered,
They have not reached back. You did, but you did not do an official offer with us. I know you sent an email with Brian or something.
I sent you guys a message and told you I wanted to make officially make an offer.
Yes, and you can make that, yeah, like 50,000,
But that was before,
50 or 75.
yeah.
Yes, I don't present any offers until we're on an official meeting, that way everybody's on the same page. So, yeah, your offer was like 50 or 75,000,
It was 50.
50,000. And then she's working with Amanda, I think?
So I have the building listed,
Yes.
and so, yeah, Indiana Landmarks looked at it, and that seems like a much, I think your concern maybe was that someone would buy it and not be able to take care of it. So Indiana Landmarks certainly fits the bill better than an individual would do that, so.
Yeah. Yes, that's the thing I wanted. I didn't want this building to go to somebody and it end up just like the annex building downtown or something, sitting there falling apart. We want somebody that's gonna do something with the building. Right now, it's in need of some emergency repairs. I don't want the township, I don't think the government needs to start putting any more money into that building.
No, I don't either, but I also want to make sure that whatever, we got enough buildings in this town that are not accessed by everybody. If it's a building, if it's a community building, an historical building, it needs to be something that everybody can use. That is my only concern. That's why I'd be interested in knowing whether.
Now go right ahead and tell her your proposal, you guys.
Okay, well,
Tell these guys.
well, I'll start by introducing myself. So I'm from the Landmarks, I'm director of the Eastern Region. There are a couple things about me personally, from the East Coast. So I just moved here 6 weeks ago. Moved here all the way from Maryland. It's no longer being here now. The second is my background is in economics and community development. So this project was thought entirely with the community in mind, but also it has to have return on investment. And I basically would never ever sign up for any project that didn't have a return on investment for a stakeholder and for the greater community. So Kara brought me this project. Actually, Steve brought me this project. All right, woman. And I at first was kind of like, this is a big deal. Never jumped into something this big. And I saw the building for the first time and scared the ever goodness out of me. And I basically saw this as an opportunity for Newcastle to start looking at historic preservation as a tool for redevelopment and economic growth. And I know those are kind of big, scary words, but the idea behind this is that it doesn't just serve one function, because that's not truly a really smart way to do business. You can't just do one thing, but we would like to redevelop it, and Landmarks can only do so much, so this is a community endeavor, which is kind of my plan for Newcastle, is to get everyone involved in some way and be a stakeholder in 1,000 different ways, because community only happens when people get together. It's not one or two people, like you mentioned before. It's when everyone comes together and sees it as an opportunity. But it would have real potential, because we would theoretically redevelop it, and to have the economic term is redevelop it so it has like 1 million different uses. I don't know how to make that any simpler, but basically we would invest in it being not just one business, but like dozens of businesses, where we would take bids and propose to people from around Newcastle. You could say like, hey, I've always wanted to, expand my specialty cocktail business, and you could open that in this space. Hey, I've always wanted to, help run a boutique hotel. We would be happy to facilitate the ownership of certain parts of the unit, and essentially create it as a co-op, which is also a scary East Coast term, but make it a cooperative so everyone gets benefit and makes a return on their investment, but also it encourages people within the community to develop their own business and seek new ways to invest in this community. So that was basically, that's a fancy big overhead plan, but my good friend Kara here actually has the real specifics on it, which are really important.
Yeah, okay, so I didn't plan on doing this today, but I'm happy to do it, so sorry if I didn't make it bigger.
No, that's okay.
So,
I appreciate you and that.
yeah, sure. So, Max and I have been like looking at this building for months and months and months and months, because it just has so much potential to serve our community. So much potential to serve our community, and that's what it means. So right now, there's active water sitting in many places, coming in the back of the building, coming into the gym, stuff like that. Really needs immediate help, and that would be the goal. Is to make this a community center and a hotel, convention center. Like, that have so many different uses, like Amanda was saying, like this building can house so many different things that would support our community. But to us, it was really important that we honor our history there, continue to have basketball there, sports there, community events in the gym, stuff like that. That's just an affordable way to use that space. Obviously, it doesn't have AC in that gym right now, so get it watertight, replace windows, just like historically bring it back to what it used to be as an asset to the community, but then an affordable place for people to still hold events and have basketball and just honor that tradition that's been in the past. And in the past, it's been a hotel, basically, men's and boys center. And so when you're on that third and fourth floor, it's obvious that's what it used to be. So it would really be honoring the building's history. So current condition, I have a link here that I won't, I'll give you that goes with list of pictures, but we don't really need to do that today. But it does need a lot, and we know that. It is scary. Trust me, my husband's been angry with me for many months about wanting to do this project and take it on, but I do. I really, really, really want to save this building. It does need some immediate, powerful dehumidifier or something, stuff like that, just to get it dry. Stop the leaks, stuff like that, stop mold. It definitely needs that desperately, especially with the air off now. It's just, yeah, it's getting a little sticky in there. So first goal is to, the acquisition and how we need to work that out with the community and figure that out and what's best for the community, the building, that sort of thing. So our vision, like I said, is to bring new life into the history of but honor the history of this building with a renovation. And then I don't know, when I walk in there, I just have this envision, and a lot of you probably remember being kids there, and I just have this envision of just people in there, just using that space and utilize it, and kids laughing, and business people in there, and just what I want to see. So we envision hotel rooms on the part of the second floor of the main building, and then all of the fourth floor. So estimating around 30, 33 rooms, something like that. We'll also have handicap accessible rooms. Again, using the gym still in the community center, kind of doing the repairs that is needed there to get it dry. Again, and just a good space that people can use. We would have meeting rooms. We'd use the current conference room. It's already set up for that, stuff like that. On the second floor, there's already meeting rooms and offices. So there's office space right now that could immediately be used on the second floor, just like you guys have some offices there, and on the main floor. So first priority, again, would just be to get that place dry, watertight, utilities going, and then rent out spaces that would be affordable and a good place for the community. There on the first and second floor. Main Street is very interested in having their hub there and their office there, and then helping a lot then with facilitating a lot of that stuff, which would be, I think, just an awesome place to have the hub of our downtown in that building. The smaller gym, envisioning that as just like, I just paid for a party Friday. We're going to Urban Air for my kid's birthday, and I'm really angry about it because it was like $500, and you have to take all of it there. And I'm like so mad about it because there's no place here for, like, if you have kids, you can rent a few different places or whatever, but if you want a larger space that the kids can just run wild and it's affordable and there's party entertainment there for them, it's hard to find, so we're envisioning that smaller gym as a very affordable rental where you can use the old racquetball court and then the areas up above. So you can have your little party, and then maybe have a small arcade, a phone room, stuff like that, where kids can just go and be kids and be loud and play, have a gym, but make it affordable for the community to rent that space. And they're not having to bring all this stuff when the kids have stuff to do, and they can just be kids. So envisioning that piece of the puzzle be to like a community center for the community. So eventually, a long ways from now, the goal would be to truly just restore that building and bring life back to the basement when it used to be, with locker rooms that have a gym down there, and then eventually restore the pool and have the pool come back to life. We know that's a really big dream and goal, but this is going to be a really nice hotel, and it's going to have those amenities too. I mean, just imagine how cool that would be to have in our downtown. So these are probably more detail than we can get into, and I can send it to you guys if you want. But kind of what the hotel would look like. It's more of a boutique style hotel probably. Would be really cool. And again, just trying to honor, I don't know if you guys have been there, but like I love the original like pictures and stuff that are still there, but trying to like just really honor the time period of the building. Doing some cool stuff. But kind of already talked about this stuff, but just keeping the gym alive. All the windows that have been covered up with metal, like restoring that stuff, letting the light in. Just bringing it back to, I'm really involved in a lot of different things, obviously, with events in the chamber and the EDC and stuff like that, and it would be really nice to be able to have their meetings there, annual meetings, the events that they have, tons of board meetings that we have, and the RUC room is like packed all the time, everyone wants to use it. It's kind of the only nicer, like, board meeting room that's decent size, so just fitting some more needs like that in the community with the space. Would be the goal. So imagine it as walking in and, you know, you have an entrance to a really nice hotel, but also the community center